I chose to teach this next generation science STEM scopes lesson using the guided language acquisition design, which we refer to as GLAD. GLAD was mandated by the Farrington complex for the schools in our complex to use, because I guess we have a high population of ELL students, and it helps to address issues with language development. And on the other hand, our school has made it a concerted effort for kindergarten to fifth grade teachers to teach science religiously at least 3 times a week. So I'm trying to perfect that art, and therefore I'm trying to use to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and using the GLAD strategies. So it's something really new for me, but I'm finding out that it's working. Yeah. The student will recognize that weather is a combination of sunlight, wind, snow or rain, and temperature in a particular region at a particular time, whether it be spring, summer, winter, fall. And the student will also be learning about different types of weather measurement tools. They'll also be cognizant of why data is important to collect. And today I will be placing a lot of emphasis on the thermometer. So I don't know, maybe later if you want, I can kind of explain the GLAD instructional strategies and what the premise is behind that, to maybe give you a better understanding of it. I will be utilizing various methods of formative assessment. For example, I pre-formulated a rubric to document the students' understanding in alignment with the standards, and I'll be taking anecdotal notes on my clipboard. I'll also provide hands-on opportunities to get a feel of their level of understanding. For example, I made these homemade teacher-made thermometers with different temperature readings, and it's an indirect way to assess their understanding of how a thermometer works. GLAD provides the framework for the 3 behavioral standards. So using that as a springboard, my class created a kind of a fun way to address the behavioral standards. We've addressed it in various ways, but just recently we created, we created our own song dance kind of thing that they're moving and they're singing, but yet at the same time reminding them of those standards. And in addition to that, I have established those behavior expectations from day 1. Therefore, like I said the last time, you probably will see a glimpse of students reminding other students about adhering to the rules. Aside from that, this is kindergarten, and developmentally, sometimes it's hard for them to sit and focus. So, of course, there's going to be kids who stray from the lesson. So I try to use subtle ways to redirect them by asking questions that relate to the lesson, so that I don't disrupt the lesson for the rest of the kids. And at the same time, behavior is a part of learning too. And I try not to single them out or belittle them or speak to them in a condescending way. The 2 big questions that driving my student discussion revolves around the 2 kindergarten science standards, which is how does a scientist collect data to record weather conditions, and why it is important to track the weather conditions. So I created a board, a weather station board, so they're going to be tracking the weather on a daily basis. I will be using as many guided language acquisition strategies within this hour to engage my students. The Project GLAD instructional model provides differentiation. Therefore, you're going to see my ELL students in the front with me after the lesson, because I'm trying to get a feel of their understanding and give them an opportunity to be engaged more or less one-on-one. And therefore, I feel that the students will have equity in the classroom, but yet at varying degrees. I also use the GLAD framework, but created the lessons to go away along with it. So it's not like GLAD comes in a box. It's just the strategies. Therefore, when I did create it, I had my students' interests in the forefront of my mind. So year to year it changes, but for the most part, for what I know of the kids this year, I think that they will be engaged or have high interest in hands-on activities. I feel this lesson is relevant because it's aligned with the next generation science kindergarten standards, and at the same time, it provides my high population of immigrant students a glimpse of what's going on beyond the walls of our classroom, because their life experiences are very limited.